Resistance is a common reaction to change. Understanding and preparing for resistance is important to progress any type of change. This includes projects on gender equality, diversity, and inclusion. This video explores what resistance is, why people might feel resistant, who might be resistant, and how you can respond.
Resistance is pushing back against change to keep things as they are. Resistance is a normal part of a change process. While it can be challenging, it might show that the change is having an impact and that people are thinking about it. Resistance can look different. It can be active and aggressive, or passive and subtle, which is harder to put your finger on.
Denial can be not accepting or believing there's a problem or need for change. It might sound like there's no problem here, or it's not our job to do something about that. Refusing or avoiding taking action, which might sound like we'd love to, but we just don't have budget. It's not a top-level priority right now. Appeasement can be silencing those wanting change to limit its impact. It might sound like, yeah, we'll get to it.
Appropriation can be pretending to make change while secretly working against it. It might sound like, of course we'd appoint more women, if only they were more experienced or they're just not the right cultural fit. Co-option can look like using new or progressive ideas and language to support an opposing goal. It might sound like, what about men's rights? Men are victims too. Repression can be shutting down or undoing a plan for change. It might sound like we have tried that once and women didn't want to take it up. Backlash can be aggressive or attacking response. It might sound like they're just a bunch of woke people trying to push their agenda.
People might feel resistant for many reasons, including lack of lived experience, knowledge, or understanding. Their attitudes, beliefs, or power are being challenged. Lack of skills, resources, or capacity. Fear of changing how things are or making a mistake.
We all come from different backgrounds and have different perspectives, which can impact how we respond to a change. We can experience resistance from anyone, but we are most likely to experience resistance from people or groups who benefit from keeping things the same. When you try to introduce a change, there will be supporters who think it's a good idea, opponents who disagree, and those in the middle who could go either way. This is called the spectrum of resistance. When trying to make change, it's best to identify and work with those who support the idea. Next, focus on those in the movable middle who might be willing to change. Try not to spend too much time and energy on people who are strongly against the change.
Resistance is a common reaction to change, so don't be surprised or fearful when it happens. Here are some tips for responding to resistance that can be applied in a range of settings. Acknowledge how the person feels and repeat back what the person has said to make sure they feel heard and that you've understood them correctly. You might say, if I'm hearing you correctly, it sounds like you're worried that the culture or feel of this place will change by introducing these new ideas. Is that right?
Consider where the resistance might be coming from, such as the person's experiences or background. By putting yourself in their shoes, it can help build understanding and trust. Look for common ground and shared values. For example, most people agree that we should treat each other with respect and kindness. This might be a shared value you can draw in the conversation.
Be open and curious. Actively listen and create space to explore fear and uncertainty. Ask curious questions like, can you explain that? Does anyone else have a different view? Identify and engage people that support your message in the conversation, such as allies and leaders. Remember to focus on those you can influence or change, those in the movable middle.
Stick to your key messages and values. You don't have to be apologetic for having a view on equality. Avoid getting into debates about false claims or small details. Draw on evidence, knowledge, and examples. Don't be afraid to not have the answers. We are all learning. It's okay to be vulnerable by saying that you don't have the answer to a question or a comment.
Don't shame people for their beliefs, but don't let things go unchallenged. You do not have to tolerate discrimination or disrespect. You might say, we can have different opinions, but we should avoid hurtful and disrespectful comments about others. You are not required to respond to every instance of resistance or do so perfectly. If you experience resistance, make sure you look after yourself and your well-being. You could debrief with a trusted person, Think about what you would do same or different next time.
Remind yourself of the successes and small wins. Try not to over-focus on resistance. Resistance is a normal part of any change and is a sign that you are making an impact.
Let's support each other through change and encourage fair access for all. For more information, visit the city's Fair Access Learning Hub on our website.